When I first moved into the neighborhood, I knew dealing with the HOA would be a headache, but I didn't expect this. I had decided to replace my old drafty windows with new energy-efficient ones. Before starting, I did everything by the book. I filled out the HOA paperwork, submitted the contractor's plans, and even attended a board meeting to get approval. The application was stamped, signed, and approved by none other than Karen herself, our power-hungry HOA president. The project went smoothly. The new windows looked great, saved me money on utilities, and honestly improved the whole appearance of the house. I thought that was the end of it. But 3 months later, a thick envelope arrived in my mailbox. Inside was a $12,000 fine notice from the HOA. My violation? Unapproved window replacement. I almost choked on my coffee. I stormed over to Karen's house with the original approval in hand. She answered the door with her trademark smug grin. "Karen," I said, waving the paperwork, "you approved these windows yourself. Here's your signature." She squinted at it, then sniffed. "Well, the board reconsidered. Those windows don't match the aesthetic of the neighborhood. The fine stands." "You can't just change your mind months later," I argued. "This is signed approval. It's legally binding." Karen smirked. "Take it up with the board." Then she slammed the door in my face. "Fine. Challenge accepted." I spent the next week gathering every scrap of evidence: emails, meeting notes, the approval form, contractor invoices. Then I did what Karen didn't expect. I called in a lawyer who specialized in HOA law. At the next board meeting, I walked in with my lawyer by my side. The room went silent. Karen tried to puff up her chest, but her voice cracked as she read off the violations. My lawyer calmly laid out the evidence: the signed approval, the legal precedent, and the fact that retroactive fines are illegal in our state. He even cited a specific court ruling where a homeowner won thousands in damages after a similar stunt. By the time he finished, Karen looked like she'd swallowed a lemon. The other board members shifted uncomfortably, clearly realizing they were about to be dragged into a lawsuit if they sided with her. Finally, one board member spoke up. "Given this evidence, I move to rescind the fine immediately." The motion passed unanimously. Karen protested, but nobody backed her. In fact, the board voted to strip her of unilateral approval powers, meaning she could no longer bully neighbors with her interpretations of the rules. The cherry on top, my lawyer sent Karen a bill for my legal fees, nearly $3,000. Since she had personally initiated the false fine, she was personally liable. A week later, she was spotted in her yard screaming into her phone about how unfair everything was. Meanwhile, I sat on my porch with a glass of iced tea, enjoying the view through my perfectly legal windows. Now, whenever new neighbors move in, I tell them the story of how Karen tried to fine me $12,000, and how it backfired so badly she ended up paying me.